if it is an if it is an home game, if it's an home game, we also go to the hotels. Like players go to the hotels on a Thursday in preparation for the match on Sunday. If it is an away game, we travel on a Wednesday. By Thursday, we're at our destination also. So you have that specific number of players, that those players, you have them to yourself to take care of. So every day there's it is important that you go and see the players and just check up on them. Then when so if it is that we're going for an away game, what we do in the morning, like the next morning on arrival to that specific place, we advise the players to go for a walk. So everybody just go for a walk. We go for a walk just to stretch out and come back come back even before the warm-up section the warm-up session. Then we also prepare them. We also prepare what's it called a cold bath for them so that they can cool off in preparation for the game. Also, during the week, we also take what's it called? We take their blood pressure, we take their weight and height and everything just to actualize um just to know the workload and how the training is going to be for a particular player. We just don't group all of them together. So if you are being, let's say, if you are being selected for a game on Sunday, we have been selected for a game on Sunday. Let's say there are 18 players made the list for the game on Sunday. So those 18 players, there's a way we plan. There's a way we plan. There's a way we plan workout mode for the defenders. We also plan a workout mode for the keepers. Majorly, what we do for them is their landing technique. Because uh, when I got to Sporting Lagos, I found out that the most injuries that I deal with are always new issue. We usually call something a jumper knee. It's just like when a player has a jumper knee, it's just as a result of in too much flight when playing. Players they must always jump for the ball to contest for a ball in the air. So that jumper new I was like let's say I would say like 30% of the players have what we call jumper new. So we prepare them. What we do for them is we teach them about landing techniques, how they are supposed to land, the posture they're supposed to, how they are supposed to guide their body and all. So we try to teach them landing techniques just to prevent um injury from the landing, just to prevent injury while they are landing. Then during the before the day of the match, that is maybe Saturday evening, Sunday morning, we do general BP check just to know if the player is actually fit for the match the next morning. And that night, we always advise the player to sleep around 7. Anything the player wants to do, you stop going out or walking around. By 7, you're on your bed, you're trying to sleep. By 8, you've slept. Then so that you can wake up refreshed in the morning. Then in the morning again, we'll go again to check from their blood pressure, just to know if they are fit for the match on that day. So I also take care of their nutrition level. But the nutrition level thing is very dicey when it comes to players in Nigeria, because most of them are I don't know, most of them are from, how would I say, most of them have they have too many families, like they have too many people they are catering for in their household, that when they collect the salary, they disband all the money. They've already giving all the money out to their families and all. So what is left for them to eat is the result to eating all kinds of food. So the nutrition level is not something we could actually uh, actually prevent or help them plan. So what we usually do for the nutrition is the morning of the match, we just get food for them on match day. What they are going to eat, we get food for them on match day. And most times we also uh give them some level of food. Very early in the morning, breakfast. You take in the morning you can take two slices of bread and tea. Then maybe around 12, um you take something very light, maybe salad with a little bit of jollof rice. That's what they like, because I've tried to actually incorporate proper nutrition, but then it actually it was the nutrition whatever I wanted to cause a fight between the management and what's it called, and the coaches, because we already proposed to them that um for the week of the match, I think players feeding should always be something that comes from a known source, like a generalized source, or maybe the management can just like make this part of this particular meal for them. Like we can create a timetable for the week for those players. Okay, this is what you're supposed to eat in the morning. This is what you're supposed to eat in the afternoon, and this is what you're supposed to eat at night. Like we are the ones like curating timetable for them, and also we are the one preparing food for them. But because of because of financial constraints and what have you, we couldn't deal with the nutrition, whatever. Then also teaching correct techniques. I already said it, like teaching them the landing techniques so that it won't worsen their jumper knee. And another thing is the turf in Nigeria, the top players plays on in Nigeria, most of them are not player friendly at all. They are not player friendly at all. But there's nothing we could do, just because in the whole of Lagos State, like we have about 530, almost 530 football clubs, and we all share like a pitch, and that's only fun. And I think legacy pitches are slowly while only fun is on the island. So just those two pitches is where all the whole football teams in Lagos, most of them that have money to actually apply for the pitch. That's the pitch. So there's nothing we can do to all those stuff that we're using in Nigeria. Because I'll tell you, they are not player friendly at all. Then a performance enhancement. So what we do here, like I said, nutrition advice. We give nutrition advice, what the player can eat, what he's supposed to take in, um, what he should be doing, what exercises he can do to strengthen his quad muscles, his muscle components, what he should do. We offer all these advices to them, like individualized advices to each and every one of them, because we know we do individualism, because there are some players that there's no way in a match his job is to run with the ball. Like his job is to run with the ball. He's always fast with the ball. And some players are just to sit back, like hold the ball and just distribute and not doing much of the running. So we just try to explain what they can do to help with their muscle compartments and for. So for this performance enhancement, it's not just the sport doctor that is involved with this. Also the physiotherapists, alongside with the physiotherapists, Then we do this. Then major. So we are in charge of incurring a medical coverage for the match day, like bringing ambulance to the stadium, making sure the first aid in the ambulance is optimal and everything is complete. Check the oxygen level, the oxygen cylinder is present and all. Then you, as a doctor yourself, you're supposed to have your first aid also with you that you take to the pitch, pending the time pending if an emergency, pending the intervention of an ambulance coming to the pitch. Then also we do collaboration. That is we also we always do a general meeting with the coaches, it's about to be with the coaches, the administrators, everybody to talk about players and how to improve their performance and which player is fit for a particular game and which player is out and why he's out. So we always do these collaborations and have these meetings about players just for the betterment and for them to have a good performance on the pitch. Then so also for the research and education, I've been telling Dr. Jimmy, I don't know if he's going to, I've been telling him about there are so many researches as a sport doctor that you can do, especially in Nigeria, like interesting researches that you can do that can actually educate people that are coming in this line. Because Nigerian players have a poor health seeking behavior, a very poor health seeking behavior. Like players naturally believe their teammates that a particular thing has happened to and how he did it, what he did, than a doctor coming to you to tell you, okay, this is what you will do, this is what you do, and like before my first, I'll say my first month on this job, I was treating it as a kind of clinic practice whereby I'll just sit down in my clinic and wait for you to come to me to come and tell me stuff, to come and tell me whatever is going on with you. Then I found out that I was actually not doing the job because before players come to you that, oh, doctor, this is happening, this is happening. Oh no, that they've asked a billion, or they've asked almost all the players that what am I going to do? So I just found out that okay, this is how you guys want me. So the next one I started, so that was when I started the world round, whatever. Like I wasn't doing the world round when I started the job. I wasn't doing the world round because I'll just sit down in the room wherever I'm maybe in camp, then waiting for anybody to come and complain to me, oh, I need this, I need painkiller, or I need that. I noticed that players have been asking a lot of questions from their friends, like, and the friends be telling them ridiculous things to do that helps them. So I started going to them to go and ask. I make sure I do my work and ask questions. What is going on with you? Do you have any problem, any situation that I should know about, or do you need any advice on anything? So we tend to offer all those things. So about the research and education, there are some like health seeking behavior is number one. Number two, the use of stimulants among Nigerian professional football players. Another one is yeah, I think that one is still under stimulant. The use of what's it called, bitter cola. The use of bitter cola before each and every game by professional players. Like that is those three are very rampant. There's no NPFL player that you won't see taking that bitter cola before they go on to play. Or in fact, some of them put it in their mouth while they are on the pitch and devour the bitter cola just little by little, like that. I don't. He said they usually say it gives them strength and it doesn't allow them like it gives them strength and it allows them to run well. But I think I found out that bitter cola is also a stimulant kind of. So now to the the positive impact. So the first one here is athletes, direct impact on athletes health. So as a sport doctor, you have to play a crucial role in the health and performance of an athlete. So our expertise can directly contribute to their well-being and ability to perform optimally. So like what I said in the previous that players have very poor health seeking behavior. Some of them come down with what's it called muscle soreness. Some of them come down with muscle soreness and be sure that the player has eaten a lot of bitter cola to what is it called to avert that situation before he comes to you as a doctor. So what we do is we go to them, we ask them a lot of questions because we know if we can help them to if we can help them to take care of the situation by giving them advice or if it is a medication that will give that would help them survive, will help them. And also there's always um this overuse of NSAID among players. So when you are opportune to work in a sports setting, when you are opportune to work in a sports setting, and especially professional footballers, and they are complaining about pain and whatever, you're complaining that major thing is pain. If they're complaining about pain, until proven otherwise, have it at the back of your mind that that player has peptic ulcer. Yeah, he has an ulcer. Let's just say an ulcer. Before you like start dishing out your diclofenac can or have it at the back of your mind until proven otherwise that this player might likely be an ulcer patient. Why? Because of the chronic use of NSAID in the past. Like the chronicity is really bad. So always have at the back of your mind that they have ulcer until you go and do your test and they say it comes back. No. So most times when you want to give them a painkiller, you give them something that works. Like me now, what I do is I do the most times I do the ophenadrine paracetamol combination, or I do Atotech. I really don't give most of them. I really don't give them Diplo, especially because most of there's this drug now in Nigeria. This is a brand of diclofenac. We call it Voltaren. Now players already know that drug, and when you give them something else, they will actually fight with you that why you giving me if you don't have Voltaren, doctor, you don't get Voltaren. This one no dey work for me, this one no dey work for. I will tell them like at least just trust me and use it first. Trust me and use that one I'm giving you first. Then if it doesn't work for you, I will look for another solution to it. But most of them they end up not coming back because they end up not coming back and I go back to meet them after. How was the drug I gave you? Was it able to help or your situation? They will say, ah, yes, doctor, like that. So before you start dashing out entails for players, just in order to guide against any ulcer attack or anything, maybe on the pitch or in the morning of the match when the player is kicking and he has been selected already. You know when the player has been selected to go and play, mhm, and the player now falls sick after the selection, is a big loss on the team because you are short one already. So every time we always try and guide against that. So another positive is experience and exposure. In my 2 years as a sport doctor, I've been able to meet people, maybe people from other states that are actually into this sports medicine with me. Most of them might not be most of them might not be a doctor. There are so many specialties when it comes to sport medicine. You have your sports nutritionist, you have your pedic, whatever. There are so many specialty. So I've been able to meet other people from other states. Just talk about our experiences with players and the way to treat them further, and also exposure. Okay, so in my 2 years as a sport doctor, my where I work for, let me say, the Sporting Lagos that I work for, we are a bit of showbiz, so you are always everywhere in the media and all. So I also get some small gigs to go for, like, more or less like a locum. They just call me out. Oh, we want you to anchor this program for us. Just be on standby, and in case of any emergencies or any injuries for sports. So I've been able to do a couple of that. Like big gigs, and it has really helped um my I would say my financial situation. So then also professional growth. Okay, so for this professional growth, I would I would not want to discourage anybody coming to this specialty in this part of the country. But when I say professional growth, I mean, for me, I don't think I don't think I'm there yet. Like I'm finally fulfilled about where I am right now. Because this is a job that I'm like, I'm 2 years post, what do you call it? Like, I'm 3 years post, I'm 3 years post house job, and whatever, medical school or whatever, that I came into the whole sports setting directly. So I don't have any senior, like any consultant, what's it called? I don't have someone that has been in that line for a long time to actually guide me and teach me new stuff. So what I do is I actually go and I go and research stuff myself. Like, I sit down in my morning time to research a lot of stuff and check out what the new equipment that are being used, the new preventive care method for players, to know how to devise a means for rehabilitation for players. So I just go and learn about them in my own spare time. So for professional growth in this country, I won't say mine has been really there, I won't say mine has been really there, but I've been growing on my own in this sport medicine. I've been growing on my own, but I don't have somebody senior in the same setting that can give me a lot of things that I could do to better myself. But outside the country, I know there's a lot of professional growth, and in fact, having having to work in your country for some years and have that to your CV is really, I feel is really a big thing on your CV if you can actually get that. Then also networking opportunities, like I said, we travel a lot, go around the country, states, get to meet all my other counterparts like the physiotherapists, what's it called, the sport medicine nurse, and or generally like in case someone else is needs a job, or you have someone you want to introduce to the sport medicine, whatever, and you're just trying to look for a place to fix the person in, your networking will be able to help you do that. Then also, so for the contribution to sports development, yes, it is really important to always have a doctor wherever a sporting event is going on, because you don't know what might happen. You are not in charge of situations in this life, so it is very important. A sports doctor or a sports physician, or if be it as it may, more should be at every sporting event for anything, any emergency that could occur. So if, so the first aid can be given. Then if the players warrant to be transported to the hospital, then and the logistics will be done by a sport doctor. So the challenges I've been facing, because I want to try and relate it to the MPFL. So the challenges we're facing is high pressure environment. So what is high pressure is actually telling me is sometimes you are going to be going head to head with the coaches. Like you get to a point that you would have had it enough, like from the coaches. Everybody wants you to do this. Everybody wants you to just do a miracle, perform a miracle on the player so that he can come back to play. Most especially when the important player on the team is injured, the pressure is always high, to the extent that a coach start advising the doctor that, doctor, can't you give this guy, can't you give him a kind of injection that will just make him well now, or the pain should go away. And I'll be like, so, coach sir, what injection are you advising I should give? Ah, and you'll be like, you're the one that know now. That statement is actually incriminating, because they are going to pressure you a lot. Trust me, especially when the main person in the team, like the star player of the team, is injured. You are going to get that pressure, because, and another thing is, a player that is injured. Okay, so and let's say at the end of the day, we all we all diagnose the player as an ankle, what's it called? He has an ankle sprain, and you want to go and explain to the coaches why this player might not be able to play in the coming games and all. Now, just know that if, like I said, just know that if the player is the most important player in the team, your job at that point in time is very stressful. Because you trying to relate to them and trying to have and trying to do what's it called, a lot of hours of explanation to them. Okay, this is why this player has an ankle sprain and he can't continue. Legs are swollen and the pain is very severe and all. And we've done what's it called? We've done our own part, like giving drugs and also doing the what's it called, ice compression, elevation and what have you for the player. But the coaches are not always having it like that. So they feel like there's one particular drug you give that all the swelling will go away and all the swelling will go away the next day and the leg will go back to normal. So I actually have there's a player, I think his name was Oji. He played for us. Yeah, he's one of our players. He's one of our players. So he had what's it called? He had a he twisted his knee while he was playing. Mind you, that knee has always been giving him problems. But due to the fact that he's not always he's he's not always taking care of himself. He has bad uh he has how would I say uh he has a poor habit when it comes to his health. He has a poor habit when it comes to his health. He's the kind of player that drinks, he humanize and all. So what actually happened to him after the whole so I think the physiotherapy gave him an ice pack. No, he was using in Nigeria we try to improvise everything every time. So he was using an ice block wrapped with what you call nylon or something like that. So he placed it on the knee, the part of the knee. I think it was the left lateral side that was affected. So he placed it on the lateral side of his right knee. And why he was doing that, I think he was trying. He said because what he told me was that he was on his phone and I think he was playing better or whatever. So he forgot to actually change position while the ice pack was on his leg. So he didn't change position and he was there for almost like 30 minutes, like the block. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how block to stay on your leg for 30 minutes and you want. So long story short, he started, hello.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So long story short, before we could know it, the next day he had a foot drop in that same leg. He had a foot drop. So the next morning when I saw him and the way he was walking, I could see he could not, he was dragging his feet. And I asked him that what happened, and so he said physio gave him um ice pack to put on his leg and all. And I said, and so I asked him, was he there? Was he there? Was he supervising you or not? Because obviously, he's a grown man. He's a grown man. He's not meant to. We're not meant to babysit him. But because sometimes these players are funny, when everything happens and the whole thing backfires, it becomes our own problem. So I asked him, was he there while you were doing the whole thing? He said he was there, but then later on he drove out to go and get something. So I said, so what now happened? Like, did you leave it there for long? He said, Doctor, me, I just left it there. I was doing something on my phone. I was playing better and I was trying to predict the game on bet and that was why I just left it there. I think then when I stood up, I found out that he couldn't that he was dragging his leg and all. So long story short, that was how he had the foot drop. And that thing became an issue because we had to be explaining to the management why he had the foot drop and all. And obviously they were blaming physiotherapy that isn't his job for injury for injury what's it called injured players for recuperation and all. Is he not supposed to be there? Is he not supposed to apply? Is he not supposed to help to apply the ice pack and or tell him about the technique? The thing about this thing is we always have a meeting, sorry, a what's it called, like educative section for all the players, whereby we talk about different things. We might talk about hydration, we might talk about what's it called, how to apply an ice pack and all. We always try and educate these players because most of the time, because of their own lifestyle and and our jobs, we still have to see other people. We still have to see other players. We have other players that we have to see. So we can't just um, sit on just one player and babysit him, even though we are meant to do that. But that is where what's it called, lack of resources for manpower comes in. Because in my club, it's just me and my physiotherapist. It's just the two of us that are handling the senior team. And mind, I'm handling as a doctor. I'm handling both the senior team and the junior team. That's the academic team. Because I don't know what happened. Why the club didn't want to get a doctor for the academic team. But it was, I don't know about that logistics. So so they were blaming the PCO that why wasn't he there and all. And we told them this ice pack, placing ice pack technique is something we taught this player, we've spoken to them about and educated them on. We have a lot of players to see, and it's just the two of us. We can't just sit down with one player and to supervise him on just application of what's it called on ice pack. So the story, the whole thing, Sha went out, and the everybody was now like, that so the whole management was now like, they are no, like they were not happy with the medical team, and that we didn't handle the situation very well, and we actually made them know that there's no situation in handy. Like if we want the situation, if you think it's our fault that happened, then I think you should come and do a day, like come and do a day in a typical work setting and see how it is. Because you can't just sit down with one player and be helping him do everything or babysitting him. Like it's just application. And we already carried out this educative information. We do that regularly for them. So long story short, that was how he was out for almost the remainder of the season. So he was out for like 6 months without food drop. Now I took charge of his rehabilitation myself, and I'm so happy that I saw it through till now that he is back. Because yeah, it was the whole 6 months of me telling him what to do, and there was a lot of back and forth and fighting because of um him going to the gym, or when it comes to training, jogging around and do some special forms of exercises just to relearn how to use that foot again, because the foot was dragging when it was really a foot job, like it was a foot drop, and it was always dragging the leg. So we designed a lot of rehabilitation techniques for him. running on the sand, running on the sand, and some specialized form of exercises that I can do and workout that I can do. Now today, OG is back and better. Like they used to say when the player comes back from injury, is back and better. Then also another point is lack of government recognition and support. So we don't really have so a lack of government recognition. Like I wouldn't even say that for myself because my own club is a private one. My club is a private one, so it's overseen by a private owner, and it's really capital intensive for us to have equipment, modernized equipment, and all. We don't even have a place that we can call our own or a stadium or something. So we don't have like a gym center. We don't have a training center. We don't have most things. We just try to like compensate and try to look for other means that we are going to help the player one way or the other. But even my counterparts in other teams, like I mean other clubs, they still complain a lot about lack of government recognition on this sport medicine aspect because it's always majorly about the player. Yes, in a football setting, my therapy used to say something that in a football setting, you are not well collect what's it called MBBS, collect PhD, doctorate, collect everything. In a football setting, a player will always come over it because they usually say that they are the major reason why we have a job. So that's the popular saying. So we don't really have recognition on that part, on the sport medicine part, and there's no support whatsoever because there are a lot of modernized equipment that can just make our work easy and help the lack of manpower situation, but then we are not getting it. So we just try to improvise and see how we can still help a player. Then limited facilities and equipment. Like I said, mine is a private one and we don't really have anything. Like if I want a player to start rehabilitation now, I have to go and register him. I have to go and register him to um a proper gym center with an outdoor and a kind of a sandy area where I can do my rehabilitation for him and all. So we personally don't have facilities. And I know in other states the structure might be there, like the building. In other football clubs that is owned by the government, the building, the structure, everything might be there. But when you enter equipment is still nothing to write home about. So it's very sad that um this it's very sad that this area of sport medicine in Nigeria is not really well talked about and not not deep into because I feel I feel like even our medical elders need to find they need to find a solution for us because if you know in your mind that oh yeah I don't want to um I really love sport medicine like that is what you want to do and all I think the what's it called? The provision should be there. Immediately you are leaving, but you are leaving as a certified doctor with your MBBS degree. Everything should be in the like. For instance, like we do house job for a year. There's no it won't take anything if we actually do it. If there's actually a program or a setting where you can go and do an outside posting within that 1 year. Like when I mean outside posting, you go to a sport facility or maybe you go to a sports facility where you can actually uh, get some ideas or be equipped about the whole sport medicine. So I feel our mental elders should just find a way around that because the whole 1 year you do clinic, like even 2 months. I feel like 2 months, if you just go 2 months to go and do an outside posting and get some ideas on what is being done with sport medicine as a whole, and what you think you want to add to it, is I feel is a suggestion I've been actually telling some of my colleagues. Then what are the future prospects that what are the future prospects, things I'm expecting that will help this cause of us as sport medicine in this country? Um, we know that the sporting world is actually growing. It's growing globally, and opportunities for specialization and career advancement within uh, Nigeria Premier League would likely increase because be it as it may, NPFL is actually is being recognized the whole of Africa and the world at large. Yeah. And as the recognition is increasing, I feel it will give more avenue to young doctors that want to actually specialize in this um, sport medicine area. Like it will help them, build them more, give them knowledge and tools that they need to use when they actually go into it fully. Now, another thing is technology advancement. Yeah, of there's been a lot of new equipment, technology advancement that 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 has been introduced by the what's it called that has been introduced by international bodies. I think I watched a meeting with the Crystal Palace and club doctor, and I saw in his slide so many technological advancements that he mentioned over there that could actually be useful in the future in this country um to help players achieve their full potential. Also, expansion of sports medicine services globally. Oh, okay, yeah. Expansion of sports medicine services. So, like I said, I was saying it that since I got into this job, I've been getting some other gigs outside, like sports related gigs that I go for just to be doctor on duty around just the duration of. So there are so many opportunities. Like I used to say, no sport event should be done without having a sport medicine or a sport doctor, or even though it's a sport physiotherapist or what have you at present, because anything can go on, any emergency can happen. Then for global opportunities, experience that I've gained in the MPFL actually has opened opportunities. So for global opportunities, now the thing is, so there's a little bit of politics in this country about who to do something, and there's a lot of politics in this country that. So for me now, there is so something happened a little some time ago. My the goalkeeper coach in my this thing got appointed recently as the beach soccer and whatever. So I was just telling him that you should help me, you should put in work for me now that I also want to be national team coach for national team, what's it called, doctor, and so that I can work for them, and you know, it will help my CV and all. So he was not telling me that. the what's it called? The ministry already they already have their own sport, what's it called? They have their own sport medicine complex. So on finding out when I told him that I should help me find out how to get into the whole thing. So he actually came back to me and told me that everything is politics. That people that are there, they are actually doctors that work in government hospitals that are just being brought to the complex to come and work. So they are there on contract. It's not like they are permanently there, just there on contract. They go to their work and come whenever the team has anything like that. So I was asking him that how do I get it? Because it would help my international for opportunities and whatever. So he said that his friend that was there, he said that you have to know someone that the leg is long, that the guy actually know it was not a direct source to him getting the job, that he actually know about like people was telling another person like about five in the family tree before he could get the job. So, and I know that kind of thing when he said that I don't want to still be like I don't know persistent about the also because he just got appointment, so it should not be like he's trying to like politicize the whole thing. So if you actually like if you are diligent at your work and you go out there and you might the global opportunity is there. You can be called up for what's it called national duties anytime. Just be diligent and do your work to the best of your ability. I think I've been able to do that so far, and I think Sporting Lagos have not had any issues to complain about me. I don't know. They've not had any issues to complain about me whatsoever, because I, I'm not doing it as a job. I loved the sport before I loved sport before I became what's it called a doctor for them. Then so for this all our research education, like I said in previous, like there are so many researches that you can you can do and present as global standards. So many researches, and I've said a couple of them that it will be amazing to the international world that oh really what's like they will be so inquisitive about the whole thing. So there are so many research.
Is hello? Please, can you hear me? I think my mic
Yes,
just
yes,
went.
yes, I can
So,
hear you.
so as I'm saying, like there are so many researches that can be done. Even as a young person, still trying to find yourself in the whole field, it can even be a topic. It can even be it can be something you do while you are still in school. It can be something while you do while you're still in school, and you just get someone to partner with you, and you can present it at global standards. And trust me, that also improve your CV if you want to actually work outside the country and help yourself globally. Then also for sports specific expertise. So there are so many things in sports medicine. Like I said, you have the orthopedic what's it called? The orthopedic people, you have the sports nutritionist, you have you have the I think the psychologist is still grouped under the whole medicine complex. So there are so many things, even as a doctor, that you can go into. You just okay, yeah. I just want to, I want to be a sports doctor. a physician, and a nutritionist. You can go into that. You can try and learn about that and go into that. So there are so many specific things, expertise that you can go into. So many in sport medicine. So something I want to say for aspiring what's it called? Um Physician, sports medicine physician coming to the MPFL. So I would say the MPFL is a very how would I say, is a very rough place. When I say rough, you won't always get what you want. You won't always have it the way you want it to be. You are going to be having um you are going to be having to argue with coaches every other day. Coaches will come to you to do one or two augmentation on players and all. Please, I'm saying it to you now that you have all the right in the world. That you feel that if you feel that is not in line with your what's it called, oath, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it because so many coaches will come and pressure you because obviously, and it's not their fault, it's because they are being pressured by the club owners or the administration administrator, and they know that this particular player needs to play or needs to be in the game for them to be able to win and all. So they will come with you with all kinds of stuff. They will come with you with all kinds of suggestions. Please, if it is against your oath, you don't have to do it. You shouldn't do it. Don't even do it because there was a situation, there was a situation of a player that was given, I think it was given diclofenac injection, or I think yeah, it was diclofenac injection the morning of a proper match. He was given diclofenac injection morning of a proper match, and I think he, so during the match he started having excruciating running stomach. Yeah, I think the reason why they gave him the diclofenac was because he had new pain, and he said it was very intense, and it was like a major player and all. So the nurse gave him diclofenac injection, and he started having serious stomach ache that he actually he couldn't stand up when he fell, when he collapsed on the pitch. He couldn't stand up, like he was still conversing, communicating and all, but the pain was much that he could not really talk until they took him to the hospital. It was another counterpart that was telling me the story because it was before I got into the what's it called, the club. So that was telling me about it. So giving injections to a player a day to, or the morning of what's it called, the morning of a particular physical activities is a bad one, and it can affect the player and also affect you as it can affect you as a sports physician, because what will happen to your steez if that kind of thing is happening on the pitch, and you know that, oh, it is as a result of what you did to the player, like that doesn't speak well. So you are you are bound to refuse all the pressures that they are giving you, that are coming to you. You see, saying no never killed. He has never killed anybody. Or you say no, no, your no is no, and the ones you know that, oh yes, you can still do, and the frame of time is there. No problem. then there's always something, there's something in the LPFL that happens in Nigeria as a whole. Now, let's say let's say a player has a knee injury or an ankle injury, be it as it may, you yourself, you've done your x-ray, you've done everything, and you are diagnosing this patient, this player, that okay, you want to, this player that he won't be able to play any matches, and your time frame, you are saying, in your time frame, you are telling them your 6 weeks is your 6 weeks. I want to say it does not work in Nigeria. When a player has an ankle or knee injury and you want to be giving 6 weeks, what's it called, for rehabilitation and what's it called, recuperation. It does not really work in Nigeria. Like I've tried to put a player. The only player I was able to successfully put on a long-term plan was the guy I said had foot drop, because they believe that the player is collecting salary. If a player is out for 2 weeks, and is collecting salary, he don't dey do admin, he don't dey do am giz that you can't be collecting my salary and not, but they don't actually understand the mechanism of this healing and whatsoever. And we try to explain to them, but we, in our own power, we also try to like understand the whole situation and just try to look for try to focus on most players and just help them come back earlier than the proposed what's it called, the proposed time out, or time out of injury. Because even a player that you are saying that is not going to play for like 4 weeks, you are telling him that I've told the coaches that you are out for 4 weeks. So, trust me, that player, the following week, is going to come outside. He's going to come outside and come and play. You will not know. You will claim. And another thing is that some player will actually frustrate your effort by coming to training without you clearing them. And the coaches will not ask. They will not ask that, oh, doctor, have you cleared this guy? Have you cleared this particular person? Like, is it fit to join the team and all? They will be so happy that the player is coming back without what's it called, doctor's intervention or fit play. And is really a bad thing. But then another thing is, they always think about the money they are going to make. Most player, they are never fit to, but because there's this bonus they are going to collect when they are added to the squad of the week, so they come out on Monday to do everything, do basketballs, run everywhere and do everything, then go back to their house in the evening, take a lot of painkillers and or come back the next morning, do so that we call it showmanship. So they come to do that showmanship so that they could be selected. And once they are selected like this, they will go and disgrace you on the pitch. You just see a player will just come, he will play 15 minutes match out of 90 minutes. He's already coming out with hamstring. So we try to bridge the gap, look at it. Okay, what's it called? 6 weeks is not realistic in this setting we are in. So what are we going to do? Let us see this player rest for at least a week, and for at least 2 weeks, then a week of intense personal training on the player and see if he's fit to join the team. So that's the major things. Those are the things that you need to note, that you are going to face. You are going to face a lot of that. A lot of that. So in summary, like I just said, practicing as a sports doctor in MPFL offers a rewarding career with opportunities to significantly impact an athlete's health and performance. But however, it comes with a lot of challenges that requires dedication, resilience, and commitment to ongoing learning. So the future looks promising with potential for growth, technology advancement, and broad recognition of the importance of sports medicine in the professional sport. It's very important. Dedication and resilience, because you are going to need that a lot, and not giving up. Because in this country, people are ready to frustrate your work. Players, especially, are ready to frustrate your work. Coaches are ready to frustrate your work. Management are ready to frustrate your work. Management frustrating your work in terms of lack of equipment and what's it called, facility, and you are always kind of like asking for uh asking for things you need, equipment you need for the betterment of the health of the players, and they are not providing. They are giving you let's see next month, let's see this month, let's see, like that, like that, like that. Coaches frustrate you in terms of you looking to do a magic on a player that is so obvious that he will not even give you, he will not give you 20% on the pitch, but you still want him to be on the bench or be on the field of play. Then players will frustrate you because they will not follow the most of the, if you are not on them, they will not follow your instructions at all. And most of them are very poor health seeking behavior, very poor. It's very poor. So you are the one that will take it upon yourself to ask questions, look out for them, and oh, it's the job. You have to love it, because I feel a win for the team is a win for all. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so very much, Dr. Adeniran. Guys, I want us to appreciate him. I want us to appreciate him, guys. Please,
Good,
your
Dr. Adeniran.
good. I mean, say, guys, I want us to really contribute a lot because I mean there are so many take home points from this, and so many take home points from this for me. And you know, one of the things for me is when the Dr. was talking about how you can get those international exposure with the national team, how difficult it is, and what can we begin to do as young, passionate people to really get to be on that table and be a part of what people are really enjoying. I mean, not because of the money there, because guys, I must tell you
And just
something
go,
that there
and then
is.
just go Olympics. We never see for this country top team on sport. Other than the snap photo.
Hello,
Just
Uh,
follow.
hello, can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not just because of the money. Yes, there's the money because each time you work with the national team, let's say you travel out, you're being paid in dollars. And I always say this to be transparent that when I was with the team in Japan, I was paid in dollars uh, each day. But don't ask me how much dollars I was paid each day. You get what I'm trying to say. But beyond beyond that, it can be very discouraging. And for me, one of the things I've decided to do is that we just need to do something and don't wait. Do something, don't wait. When we need to play the game of like lobbying, yes, we play the game of lobbying, but if we just want to play the game of lobbying and let's see this, we're not going to, you know, do anything to ourselves. I mean, do anything. So, and I mean, so many things to really unpack. So, let me just allow you guys to ask your questions. I don't know that. And if you have any contributions, let us, because there's a lot to get, and I want you guys to really talk. So Yeah, so guys, so I really want us to talk now. Guys, so is it that you don't have any contributions after this amazing discussion?
Well, hello.
Yeah, please, I can hear. Yeah.
There was a place where Dr. Adeniran talked about about like the coaches and even the management and everybody like trying to beat corners in making in like doing things. And I want to like ask that, are these people not core professionals in the industry? Because I feel that if you know the way things are supposed to go, then even if you want to cut corners, it won't be so like obvious and then like causing issues for other people that are in the field with you or on the team. Because Dr. Jimmy, you mentioned the situation of that state that has what's the name, that has a community health worker as their doctor. So in a case like that, that's like two opposite distance. So that's what I just want to ask.
Okay. Dr. Jimmy, can I answer the question?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that question. So, um, there's only one word. There's only one word to answer your question. Is actually corruption. That's the only thing that qualifies everything. Like, if you are talking about, you're seeing Nigeria as a whole, you are saying there's a lot of corruption. But when you get into the Nigerian league, you know the corruption is deep. Is deep, that everybody just try to cut corners, do everything. Like these people, they see sports medicine whenever they have a sports medicine person with them. They see it as they are trying to, like, what's it called, do the players a favor. They are not seeing it as something they are meant to do. Like, you, for a sport, what's it called, a
Sports club.
community, or a sports club, you are supposed, it is mandatory that you are supposed to have a doctor, a physiotherapist, nutritionist, like that. But then, because they want to pay, what's it called? They want to pay people, they want to pay doctor less money, or the money that they will use to take a lot of other people in other what's it called, other aspect of the whole sport medicine. They want to embezzle it, and most of the times, let me tell you something. Most of the times, this thing don't go directly to the what's it called, the actual owner or the person disbursing the funds or whatever. They actually always, most of the time, they don't know about it. But the administrator and or are always the one doing this, what's it called, so they don't want to spend. That's number one. They don't want to spend, or money that has been allocated to those things has been spent on something else, or has been used for personal use. Do you understand? So they see a doctor, a sports doctor, they see it as them helping the player, not as a mandatory, yeah, not as a mandatory thing to have in their organization. Some people will even, you will tell some people, oh, so this player, let's say, for example, I think, okay, there was a player that had think there was a player that had a they wanted to I heard they wanted to do they wanted to sign a player. They wanted to sign a player. That's another thing about Nigerian whatever. Normally, when you hear Fabricio when he's telling you here we go, another player has been signed. Do you understand? The next thing he tells you that
Medicals.
do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that the first time we are going to ever see the player is actually on the training ground. Like we are not in tune with them in the process of signing a player because this last what's it called? We have like players that were signed and they were on injury. Do you understand? So we now have to be doing a lot of work. Even players that including players that are just coming from injury that has been with us and the players that are outside that are just coming from. So they don't carry us along when it comes to signing of players and like I'm just telling you for I don't even need the barest minimum. If a player can do just retrovirals and MRI for me, like I don't need much because in this part of the country, if you are signing most time, there's a lot of workers that I won't lie to you because what's it called? Hepatitis is very rampant with I'm not trying to be a tribalist, but it's most common among the Hausas. They have high rates in the football settings, though, they have high rates of hepatitis B. So I'm always like, okay, if this player comes down with whatever like injury and I have to like it is an hazard to me as a doctor, it is an hazard to himself and to other players that he's living with or sharing what's it called training bibs with. Do you get? So basically it's corruption and they don't see it as something that is mandatory for them to have. They see it as they're just trying to help the players and it's really bad. These are the part of the things you just have to like really, is this really happening? So I hope I answered your question.
Yes, absolutely. Very well.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adeniran. So, I just wanted to ask, I don't know if it was my network in the first place, but I wanted to know if you said anything concerning your journey after medical school. I know you said something about you're now like 3 years post,
Okay,
I think
okay.
medical school or house job. I wanted to know like your journey after medical school, after house job. How like what were the steps into now becoming the Sporting Lagos doctor, please?
Okay. So like I said, it was it was just me being passionate about the whole sport medicine thing. Like I told you, I was involved in a minor kind of case in what's it called in medical school before I left and all. Then 1 year after your house job, we go into the street to go and become medical officer or if it is residency you want to go to. So that's what I'm trying to say now. So there is none of that because even the medical elders are not helping. Like they are not helping. I just feel like during the house job, like I said before, like during the house job, is a thing that you can just go and do 2 weeks, I'll be 2 months outside posting in the O. Me, I never had any experience prior. Anything I have now is what I learned on the job. I did not like I didn't take any special courses or any Okay, maybe the only thing I had was my ATLS and BLS, whatever. That was the only thing I had then. That was the only thing. And because I've had experiences with a local league, which is called Social League in Lagos, and I was fortunate to do a lot of what's it called, work for them. So that was the only thing that was on my CV. It was not like I went to a facility to go and learn, and also anything I'm having right now is what I learned on the job. What I learned on the job, because I can remember self, like I had to cajole Dr. Jimmy to actually pick me for the job, because I won't lie to you, he himself know now. Like, if they are talking about that experience, say in Nigeria, just those ones I listed for you is not even enough. It's not even enough to actually get you the gigs. Because and when you come, okay, so during my, and another thing is, during my when I begin the old stuff at Sporting Lagos, there are some associations that were coming to me and were asking me for my license, and all that. I don't have this one, that they are going to ban me if I don't have a license in Lagos, Kinikon, like that. So I tried to find out and look for a way to get their license. So I now found out that the license is just like, an organization, whatever, just to be able to work in Lagos. Do you understand? To be able to work in Lagos as a sports medicine physician. Even till today, I've not finished their, what's it called, their recommended exam, the FIFA medical networking and all. And I won't lie to you, it's something you can have. It's something you can have, but I don't think it's heavy on the CV, but it's not there's nothing to lead to. You can just have it on your CV. I think the site is if anyone needs the site to go, and you can go and register. I'll just send the link, and or you can go and register. It's a lot of, before they can give you the certificate, you have to do a lot of readings and answer a lot of questions, then you can get certificate. So
Okay.
experience before the job, it was very little. There was no license, it was just my MBBS license. I take collect job. So the journey was not, that's why we've been like clamoring for the medical elders, if they can help us and create an avenue where internship programs can be done for, maybe if it is more months, like we'll still manage it, because I need a lot of people to actually mentor too, because most of the work is not a classroom stuff. It's something you are going to actually learn on the job, like your house job. You are going to learn on the job, because you will see, so all the things you need to see and treat, you see it on the pitch. So that's, I think I think I answered your question. Am I able to answer your
Yes,
question?
sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So thanks very much, Dr. Adeniran. I just want not a question per se, not a question per se. And it's for me, it's about I think there's a need for us to have this discussion in a much more bigger platform so that people would understand it, because quite a lot of people are passionate about these things, but we don't have so much opportunities. And one of the reasons why we don't have so much, not that there cannot be opportunities, but because of the way sports run in Nigeria, sport is still mostly government. So, for example, if okay, so for example, shooting stars, for example, okay, oh no, let me not use shooting stars. So let me give you guys a very practical example. I hope you cannot hear me.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, so
sir.
I'll give you a practical example. So there was, I think 2019 or thereabouts, after my master's, and I I applied. So it was a senior colleague of mine that, okay, apply to this club, an NPFL club, all right. And so I'm from Ogun State, all right. Even though I was born and bred in Lagos, all right. And so I applied for that club. That club was not based in Lagos, not based in my is not from my state of origin. All right. And sincerely, I felt my CV was quite very good at that time. I didn't hear from them like in 2, 3 months. I didn't hear from them. It was later when I was told that the reason why I was not considered was because I'm not a member, I'm not from that state. That was the reason why I was not. You get, because I'm not a member, because I did not come from that state. Now, that was really discouraging at that point in time of my career, but I didn't take it too much personal, because if you look at the way sport is run by state governors. So, for example, Shooting Stars or any of these Kano pillars, find that those that are their back team staff are the government people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And the government people. So an outsider cannot even come to work that. So you can see that's one of the big problems we have, and it's still because of the fact that sport is still not seen as a big industry in Nigeria. So, for example, the reason why the Adeniran could have this opportunity with Sporting, because Sporting Lagos was transparent enough to say, okay, they put in an advert. All right, Sporting Lagos is owned by by a private organization. Okay, even though they have their challenges, but at least Sporting Lagos was able to, put the advert out, and somebody like the Adeniran was able to get on board. So it's very important that we like understand this problem and see what we can do in our own way to talk, to do a bit of advocacy. And it's a very big problem, Now, I'll give another example. Now, there is those that, in fact, and I'm going to say this not to discourage us, Diga, I'm trying to say, but just to make us understand the reality on ground, the challenges people face, those that genuinely want to do sports medicine. Now, there's Olympics now. Now, those that will go to Olympics, guess what the doctors that will go to Olympics? I don't know if anyone wants to guess. Guess what the doctor that will go with the Nigerian 100 to Olympics?
Yeah.
So, those that will go to the Olympics, are number one, those that are working in Abuja.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
Those ones will go. Standard, they will go.
Standard.
But because they don't have so much staff, the other people that will go are those that maybe they have one connect in their state.
Exactly.
Or maybe they are also the sports doctor in their state sports commission. All right. Then after that, if there are still spaces, it's now those that can really do a lot of lobbying. So now imagine you that you have just finished medical school, that you are so passionate, that you've gone to do the masters. In fact, somebody told me, and I'm sharing this thing with you to understand that you can weather the storm and still make something out of the passion. Somebody told me that, oh, we knew whether Jimmy was going to go and do a master's, but we knew that master's is not very important for you to practice in Nigeria. But I can tell you for a fact today that, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, that some of the things that I'm doing at the moment, all right, in fact, these people that are there that you expect to be doing it are not even doing it. I don't get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They are not even doing it. You ask yourself, is it rocket science? I remember there was a time I was in Abuja and I did speak to somebody, one of the top guys. I was like, oh, I'm passionate. When you speak to these guys, they're not looking at you like, what is this guy saying? I want to go and meet this guy. I'm like, oh, I'm passionate. That then I just came back from England for my master's, and I think we can do a bit of education. Go to clubs, talk to them about sports medicine, injury prevention. The guy was just looking at me like this, like, what did this guy they talk, Jerry, and all of that. So I could see that vibe of like, well, my guy, see, this thing is that. But I can say today that I've been able to like see beyond some of those things, weather the storm, and hopefully someday, somehow, luck will smile, and people like me, people like you, that are really passionate and have really paid their dues in their own way, will get an opportunity to work with things. All right, but what can we do? what can we do? It's largely working together as a team. So, for example, Dr. Adeniran, we will want you to speak to Sporting Lagos so that medical doctors can come and do an elective with them there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Why
Yeah.
not? So, I mean, they can. You get. So, we have a grassroots football club, all right. But if you can help us, let us, talk to Sporting Lagos. People want to come and do elective there as medical students. We can work out a strategy so that medical students can come and do electives there and, and at least learn one or two things. As you've said, one of the things you're going to learn will be on the job. But for example, now you are 2 steps ahead. So if medical student is coming, we know what to tell the person. We know, okay, this is what you should do, this is what you should not do, this is how to manage this is how to manage that. So I think with little things like these is how we can, provide opportunities. I know that somebody will say, well, I mean, I can't just be volunteer as a doctor. I need money. I need this, I need that. So now what do I advise? What do I advise? I advise is that keep doing your normal doctor stuff. If you're working in a cancer clinic, if you're working in general hospital, if you're working in a
Exactly.
cardio clinic, keep doing all of those stuffs. But
Exactly.
keep doing all those stuff. So maybe on your Saturday when you have all these normal sporting events gig, go for them. So I wouldn't advise you to like leave your number because they are not too much of a jobs because most of these clubs are not private owned. They are government owned jobs. So you don't expect, well, except your leg is long. So if your leg is very long, why not? Oh, good. You can actually go and press and all of that. But it's going to be hard in reality. So keep doing your normal job. But what can we do to still have an opportunity? So when you have events and things like that. Another thing that I'm thinking we can also do is that see, some clubs, for example, some organizations do events, sporting events. We can we can say, okay, can I be your sporting something like that? And we get paid for it. You get, but we are so again, just those are things that we can do, just to get some of those experiences under our belt. But if you want to wait, there's not going to be. I don't think it's that big opportunity. Maybe I'm trying to say. Let me even say another one to shock you. Some of these old people that have been sports medicine, they are still there in their 60s and their 70s. In their 60s and their 70s. But again, it's just Nigeria for you anyway. So it's not just sports medicine, but that is the typical story of Nigeria. That's the story of Nigeria. But I know most of us here at one point or another, we want to travel out, make a better life for ourselves. Let's do what we need to do now. Let's keep doing the advocacy. And say, trust me, that area of research that Dr. Adeniran talked about, we also need to really come together. You get to see what we can do to begin to write researches. And the good
Yeah.
thing about researches is that when we write a research and we publish it, see, even if they don't see it in Nigeria, globally they will see it. FIFA will see it.
Dubai, like I don't know, like I've been waiting for someone to like I'm I was telling you like some months back that I'm ready if you want someone to be your hand here that with any research or anything. Like I need to there are a lot of research to do in sports medicine, especially in this country. Because players have some practices, you just be like, why are they doing this? Like, what's happening? What is this for? Like this, God, a lot.
Yes. So I'm so sorry, I'm in a noisy place, but I hope you can also hear me. Hello?
I hear you.
Yeah. So we should. I think we should all come together and let us strategize. Particularly from that area of research. I mean, what we're doing at Waka Fit is something. So we would appreciate if Dr. Adeniran can how we can work together and see how we can get Sporting Lagos to be, to work together so that medical students can go and do electives, it's definitely good. So I think it's something that we would appreciate if we can work together. But these are the ways we can actually still get this opportunity and get this experience so that eventually when opportunity comes up, you know that you've got your experience already. You get, I don't know if anybody has anything to say as a roundup. I know we've spent so much time here.
Yes, Dr. Jimmy. I wanted to ask Dr. Adeniran that throughout all his talk, I never heard him say anything about like their club having a fitness instructor or something. Although at the point he mentioned they used to go and do their conditioning at some gyms or something. So I was thinking that don't they have people who train their athletes for on fitness and all that?
Yeah, we do. We have a fitness coach.
Oh, because me, I'm open if you didn't have.
Oh, we have a fitness coach.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, hello?
We can hear you.
Hello, Doctor. Twitter.
Huh? Yeah,
Please,
I'm
are
on
you
Twitter.
on?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Should I just type in your name, or how's it? What's your handle, please?
Okay, I used to forget my handle. So let me see.
Then please, anybody on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn also, but it's been long I updated that stuff.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking maybe we should be dropping our handles on the group.
Yeah,
I don't.
sorry, I had a network issue. Sorry. Uh, I don't know if Dr. Dino will not mind we put him on the group.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah, so that we can keep the conversation going. I mean, for those that have asked questions,
Yeah.
so people can still ask questions, and uh, I think we should begin to think of research we need to do. Trust me, when you do a research, the global world will see it, and it is all that will get the accolade. It's what I'm trying to say. So let's think of researches, and yeah, I really want our scholars to really facilitate this research. I don't want to carry it on my head. So if you guys are ready, then why not? I can support. Again, but there's so much research. Dr. Nero has given us so much research, even on health-seeking behaviors. You can even do things like, NSAID use in the NPFL.
Yeah.
I mean, basic research just to give us an understanding of what is happening. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, but again, please, Dr. Nero, once again, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. This has been very, very enlightening. And I think we need to really have this discussion again. I mean, this particular session again. But once again, thank you so very much. So I want our scholars to please thank Dr. Adeniran.